Hello, welcome to Treeland School, where birds and squirrels have recess all day long. I'm Miss Tague, and I'm very glad you came here to have this time together today. The more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. Do you ever wonder why you have to study some things? Sometimes I want to know how it's going to help me, and I bet you do too. Sometimes you hear your parents talk about relatives who maybe they died a long time ago. You may even hear funny stories about them, or you've been told that you look like a certain great aunt or a great-grandparent or somebody from the past. It's kind of fun to hear the stories and learn about their struggles back in the old days, and knowing that you don't have those kinds of struggles, and that's a good thing. But that any struggles that you do have can be overcome because they overcame theirs. It might help you to have courage to keep trying on a hard day. Well, today's story is about something the kids in my class did not want to learn. They thought it was silly. Schoolyard Tales. Huggin' History with Mr. President. Going to Treeland School is so much fun. The students know it's just as good to play as it is to work, and there is a time for each. The frogs jump around on the chocolate porch while Miss Popcorn Goat watches over all of it from her goat run behind the playground. Being outside is so great, but Miss Landers, the teacher, is funny about that. She makes the children spend some time inside. She says it's kind of like how grown-ups have to pay taxes. Doing work is the price the students pay for having lunch outside, beside the pizza garden and under the sweet gum tree. All that studying makes it possible for them to play on the tractor garden at recess and find lizards somewhere to hypnotize. The kids are willing to go inside if they can have all that at recess. When the class was learning about presidents, the teacher noticed the kids' eyes glazing over. They couldn't quite get into the way those old pictures looked. One boy yelled, "What's the deal? Aren't they all dead?" Miss Landers knew it was time to make the dead guys come alive. So she started thinking. Anything could happen when this lady got to thinking. Just ask the man with the white hair. He smiled because he knew something exciting was about to happen. It was time for a mind-bending project. Besides that, Miss Landers was getting older, and it was a good chance for her to sit down and let those kids do the teaching. So Miss Landers put up her feet and said, "It's time to find out what those dead guy presidents did for your world." So each student had to pick a president. She insisted on choosing first. She chose Teddy Roosevelt as one child clarified. It says his first name was Theodore. Theodore can be a hard name to pronounce. But the fun almost stopped there. They had to learn so much about their prez that they could teach the class. What a bummer! Was the teacher just shirking? Over the next few weeks, the students became actual experts on their subject of choice. They each collected a tub of books, articles, printouts, etc. But the pictures were where it got interesting. The assignment called for some kind of visual material. It could be a poster, a costume, a skit, etc. But the teacher's secret was out when she brought a friend to school. She introduced him as Mr. President and spoke to him rather formally. Mr. President helps kids learn history. At lunch, the children asked about him. Miss Landers told the story about Teddy Roosevelt and the Rough Riders, and how he was rough and tough. The boys liked that. She went on to tell about how he and his buddies were hunting and they cornered a bear. Someone hollered, "Shoot!" But he wouldn't. Mr. Roosevelt just wouldn't shoot that bear. He thought it might have a baby who would then be alone, and he didn't think cornering a bear was very good sportsmanship. Finally, she got to the part about how this president affected our lives today, and about how teddy bears are named after that very president. Well, the students discovered both good and bad about their presidents. One learned that Jackson's friends didn't have very good manners. One time they stood up on the couch and screamed. Another found out that Franklin Roosevelt and John F. Kennedy were advised to hide their challenges with walking. That was because of public prejudice against physical disabilities. Thank goodness it's a lot better today. Before long, it was over, and the wonderful presentations were only a memory, and a good one, too. Yet they were stuck forever in the children's memories. Miss Landers kept her bear around the classroom. If a student did something really special or worked extra hard, she would nod, and the child would go get Mr. President to sit with for the rest of the day. Sometimes that teddy bear just sat and watched the students learn. Other times he sat in the daylight and looked out the window at Miss Popcorn Goat and the birds and the squirrels while they were having recess. Several of the students kept their president reports in their desks and looked at them once in a while. They were proud of them. The funny boy hollered happily, "Hey, look at what my dead guy did. He's pretty cool." The teacher beamed to see that he was catching on to the value of learning history. Miss Landers smiled because she realized the students had really made all those dead people in history come alive, after all. And she was so happy to see them hugging history each time they hugged Mr. President. That story was fun, and we all love Mr. President. I like to have a song after I have a story, and this song's to the tune of "A Jolly Good Fellow." The bear came into the classroom, the bear came into our classroom, the bear came into our classroom and taught us history. And the next verse is, we call that bear the president, we call that bear the president, we call that bear the president, and gave it a teddy bear hug. I liked that story, and I liked Mr. President. But I guess it's time to say so long. Thank you for letting me come and read you a story today. So long, it's been good to see you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you can come again and we can have some more stories. Don't remember to have a good day, be kind to yourself and to others, and get out and play outside a little bit. So long. See you later.